Hey guys, AlduicS here, and we're back with Season 4, Episode 13 of DanMachi. So while I do want to talk about what happened last time, what we might get into this time, and see what happens next, because trust me, I need to know. I got that hype, that excitement, because it's my most anticipated series of winter 2023. I do want to make mention of something. So back in October of 2022, I did go to an anime convention. I did tweet about it, I did make mention of it, but I picked up merch for this series specifically, which is rare in of itself, because while this series is popular, it doesn't have a whole lot of actual figs, much less merch for Belle, beyond like wall scrolls. It's mostly Hestia. So when I came across this, it was a pleasant surprise. What did I get? While this won't be professional, I do apologize. If you want to see better pictures, I can always send them through the Discord. I got Best Girl Ryu. I believe that should be good enough. And then I also got Haruhime. Yeah. They're rubber keychains or whatever they're called, but I felt so proud of myself, and I do regret not picking up because they had a lot of characters from Season 4. They had Belle, Makoto, they had Lily, Well. It was like 10 or 15 per one, so it was pricey, but I believe they were brought from Japan based on the barcode on the back. Either way, I should have just caved and bought all of them, even if it would have set me back like $100 or $200. Because trust me, if I could get merch like that for this series, I'll hop onto it. I need to buy the collector's editions, even if they're out of print, for season 1, 2, 3, and eventually 4. I want to support this series. I need to continue collecting the manga, the light novels. When I eventually sort of put up my bookshelves around here and everything, you'll see some of them more than likely. I need to get a Hestian Android too. But enough about the merch, enough about what's not entirely related to what happened last time. The Hestia Familia rose up and began their assault on Amphispina. It did help that their escape route was cut off, but we also got moves being made to send in reinforcements. Belle and Ryu are currently trying to eke their way further into the 37th floor of the White Palace, but the Juggernauts arrived. It left us on a cliffhanger on that plot point, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because it's not like they can even run right now. It's literally a predator found their weakened, their heavily limited prey, and it could pounce and kill them. They have no hope of retaliation, so I don't know how they're going to resolve that. We have Amphispina currently being trapped and being dealt damage, and seeing the sense of scale, the actual boss fight, and the vibes it portrayed. We're in for such a treat this season. Before we hop into the episode and see what's going to happen next, because I need to resolve some plot points, and the episode title for this does get me very anxious. The banquet of tragedy must go on. The despair and overcoming of it must continue. The motivational speeches alone almost made me cry. And seeing how beautifully animated, how smooth it was for all of the effects and the attacks on Amphispina, it just gets me so excited to see what other fights we're going to get and what other creatures we're going to get. And we still have some people unaccounted for currently. Check out my links down below. Support me on all those platforms. Again, full version over on Patreon. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload next. This might have dragged on a bit longer than I anticipated, but can't help but gush when it comes to this series. One of my most anticipated series of the entire year, and it is the prime series that I'm most excited for in this season. Because I love this show so much. I don't care if I ramble. Let's go. Screw sleep. I need answers. I need to see what's going to happen next. Ooh, Tsubaki. Ill omen? That's a bad sign, huh? Oh, is she going to come as a reinforcement? And bad omens are the lifeblood, or they can help adventurers avoid situations. Oh. This already gets me excited, because if you haven't seen Sword Art Oratorio, while the adaptation's not exactly the best, it does have its faults, and Leafy is very hard to get used to. We saw her put in some work in that, and I'd love another season of it. But we know she's like a level 4. She's been down into like the 50s of the floor. She's accompanied the Loki Familia before, and this gets me so excited, because we might also have the hostess of fertility girls, all the waitresses, Anya, Chloe, Lunor, go assist them. We're kind of gathering all of the recruits and everyone who might help make a difference. I love that we're also focusing time on above ground, on the surface, instead of staying solely in the dungeon, where promptly our interests would most definitely lie. But this is kind of a nice to help make sure the world doesn't feel like it's not moving, that it's solely moving along just for the sake of those in the dungeon, that the world continues to move on without Bell, without the Heste Familia present. Everyone makes their own moves, and it feels a little bit more realistic this way. Oh, that's a scene and a half. Yep. That blood trail, too. And with Bell's arm broken. Monsters in the front, and an absolute murder machine behind you. That is still terrifying. And with this speed, its magic reflection. Matsuoka's voice acting is so good. Charging an Argonaut. Is it a firebolt he's gonna use? Sealing the passage behind him. At least delaying the inevitable, essentially. Giving themselves a moment to breathe. I wonder when Ryu's gonna wake up too. Because we need her awake in order to use her healing spell. If she has any mana left. Yeah. It'll find a way through. Or a way around. Okay. She's alive. She's at least conscious right now. 2 brains are better than 1 right now. Yep, the broken leg from when the Juggernaut hit her. It'd be safer to heal Bell. He's currently the stronger one. But either way, they're both in a bad condition. The stakes are so damn high. Yeah, that's the smarter move right now. Don't give up. Don't give in to despair. Don't accept death. But at least he has both eyes. His injuries have been healed a bit, not entirely. He still seems to be burned. Our boy won't let that happen. That sounds like bones rattling. What the fuck is this monster? Skull sheep? I got chills, y'all. I'm not ready for this. But I can't wait to focus even more on that. Yep. It's the guys, the elf and the dwarf, the ones who fawn over Aina, the ones they saved from the Moss Huge and everything we fought life and death with alongside, the ones that promised to provide assistance, to provide help if they ever need it, that they're sworn allies, essentially. I love that we're hearkening back to them, that they're not forgotten, that we'll spend a little time with them. Oh. Feels so good to be back, y'all. You guys are still recovering, though. Yeah, it'd be suicide. Tsubaki. She's already there. The speed of a high-class... One hell of a squad, y'all. I'm pretty sure there's at least a bunch of level 3s and 4. I think Anya might be level 4. I know Tsubaki, I believe, is level 4. Lunar, I can't remember her level. Chloe, I could see being either or, but we know they're all high level. Talk about serious reinforcements. All right, this has me so excited, but the sooner we get reinforcements, the sooner the situation will take a turn for the worse. We might get some twists and turns because the Banquet of Tragedy won't end this easily. So either they're going to encounter a foe of their own and be unable to help the Hestia Familia right away, or even joining the battle won't make a difference. I love the way she acts. I love her, just her wavelength, I guess. It's good to see these guys get some action too. I wonder if Freya will make a move too. That is intimidating, though. The way its head only came through the shadow. I don't know if you could beat it. And how many of them are there? It almost looks like vaguely Wendigo-esque. The speed. It's on another level. Bell's truly out of his league. It might provide for some good experience points and good practice for when he eventually can make it down here naturally and not dragged by a snake monster in a conspiracy plot and all that. But it's faster than the Igazu or the Izaru, whichever that bird-type monster was from the 27th floor. Damn near gave me a heart attack. It camouflages? God, the way we can hear his heartbeat. It tore an actual chunk out of his arm. It has a ranged attack? This is so bad. It's a good thing he has the Goliath scarf. Otherwise, his arm would be gone in an instant. The most surefire way to kill a monster break its magic stone. Or its magic crystal. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, talk about intense. Yeah. I mean, it's also a case of this is an area where high class or the first class adventurers can die easily if they drop their guard in an instant, or if something irregular spawns. It's not a place to tread lightly. It's the deep floors. And in order to even get back to quote-unquote safety, we would need to go up at least 10 floors of complete, just unknown territory for Belle. It seems Ryu's definitely been down here, so she has a lot of this prior knowledge, so she can help act as a guide, which also further adds to her value, the further importance of keeping her alive and keeping her safe. But at the same time, this is just going to be a painstaking, one step at a time journey. Oh. I can't wait to see some of the other monsters, too. If one skull sheep was this dangerous, what other creatures are on here? Are we going to even glimpse Udeus, the monster rex of the 38th floor, 39th, or is it even 37th? I know Eyes fought it. That's how she ranked up from 5 to 6 in Season 1 and of Sword Art Toria and Season 1 of this main series. Again, might not be the best adaptation, and Leafia might take a while to get used to, but I do recommend watching Sword Art Toria. It needs another season, too. Oh, just seeing the chunks ripped out of him. Our boy's going through it. Oh, gives me chills. Makes me so damn anxious. And I love it. It's gonna be a roller coaster. But we know Belle won't let that happen. It's the most logical, the most realistic choice, but our boy is the fool. God, that voice acting, that animation. Facial expressions are so good. Exactly. Yep. Oh, I love you, Matsuoka. I love you, Belle. I love you, Ryu. I love you, Hayami. Talking that sense, though. Yep. And if she can recover mana, then she'll be able to heal herself, which will instantly be less dead weight. Alright, back to Amphispina. I'm very curious about what this magic spell, this by Daphne, this one that she hates, that reminds her of Apollo, what it does. Yep. Reapplying those footholds. I love the whale monsters. Or at least those giant, like, I guess, catfish kind of monsters. We're so spoiled. I love it. We're being so treated. Just seeing all of these monsters and Amphispina. Starting to do some real damage. But you're gonna make the boss desperate. Alright, Makoto, I see you. That was fucking cool. The damage is adding up, though. Yeah. I can't wait to see how many of them are going to level up from this. But it's starting to go too well. Something's going to happen. It's foreshadowing. I got this feeling. A bad feeling. Not easily. What if it stays under? Or, well, we know it's sort of intelligent. It wouldn't be a threat if it wasn't. So it's learning some of their tactics and adjusting its plans around them. It's gonna come down on top of them. We see the full form. It's like Nessie. It's like the Loch Ness Monster. It's similar to a plesiosaur, but it's a two-headed dragon. That's really bad, though. But it can move between floors. Ooh, we might have Makoto out for the count now. She got a direct hit from the looks of it. And the footholders. No shot. Please tell me the episode title is not about her. Alright, well, that's bad. Really bad. She's being almost torn apart and on the verge of drowning. And she took a head injury. Nerves are not on your side. Of course, you'd be jittery though. Ooh. Act as the body, she'll act as the eyes. Move forward. So are rooms like food pantries? Or at least similar design? They're kind of like tucked away. You'll have to start climbing. Don't give in to despair. This music's fantastic. No, that might be a lantern. A previous adventure? It'd be too easy if it was someone alive. Don't get your hopes up too much, though. No, the stakes won't resolve that easily. Yep, a dead adventurer. Throwing that harsh reality in your face. He took his life. He stabbed himself. At least one of them did. He didn't want to die alone, maybe, or accept the reality. This is dark, and I love it. I love the despair on display, giving into the negative mental attitude, the struggle with fear. Oh, shit. The look of pure fear in his eyes. Matsuoka, you mad lad. Did he just seal himself in? Looks like there might be a gap above. The fear. This will definitely traumatize him. Oh. It's her turn to be the voice of reason. To be the voice of hope. Yeah, he just fired him off so much. Staved off mine down. Prevented a collapse, at least. And it hammers home the harsh, the brutal reality of your situation. But as long as you don't give up, there should still be a way to turn it around. Look at the positives, yes. I love that we're spending so much time with Ryu as well. It makes me very happy. Yep. Yep. Next 5 minutes or so. Yep. And then if she recovers enough mana to cast on herself, because she has the next most severe injuries, then again onto him. Oh, I love you, Hayami. I love you, Ryu. Her vocal performances alone for season 4 have been fantastic. Grit in her teeth, preparing herself and composing herself to stay focused, to actually stand guard, to withstand the pain. Someone needs to save Makoto. And I doubt it'll give him much time to rest. It would go in for the kill. Oh, the blood in the water, that just gets me. You gotta keep moving forward. It won't give you a time to grieve. It won't give you a time to go after her. God, the lighting, y'all. It looks so good. Much like an animal, when you weaken and corner it, do not drop your guard. That's when it might lash out stronger than ever. Come on, Cassandra. Heal them. Are you kidding me? That did not just happen. I refuse. I refuse. So you know how I said the situation's gonna go from bad to worse, or at least it'll seem like it's getting turned around and something's gonna happen? Well, definitely hit that point. But this is gonna piss off Aisha. It's, in essence, if she's dead, her little sister was just killed. Oh. Are you kidding? It ends there? That's not fair. Alright, that is not fair. I mean, sure, I do have another episode, fortunately, I can watch. That's brutal. Alright, that's an interesting next episode title. Don't know what it will entail, but maybe it'll be more of Daphne snapping Cassandra out of it or helping turn the situation around. Because we still might not know what her spell that reminds her of Apollo does, so I wonder what that might entail. But either way, both of these ladies, I know I keep bringing them back up, I keep showing them off because I feel so proud of myself, but both of them are going through it. So glad I have another episode to hop into immediately, because I can't even imagine the amount of despair, the shock, the desire to see what happens next, and yet having to wait a week. So that's the one saving grace of falling behind. But with next episode, I'll be caught up. And I don't know if I'm ready for that, even though I'm so excited and so anxious. I don't believe we'll see actual death. Or rather, I want to believe we'll narrowly avoid it. But this has been one hell of a horrible situation. It's gone from bad to worse, and it's even going further beyond. It's going plus ultra. It's taking the stakes and raising them. And of course, when you let your guard down, when you start feeling confident, that's when life loves to pull that rug out from underneath of you. So seeing Amphisbaina go up that waterfall and come down, essentially an aerial body slam, also seeing the entire body of it, Very cool. I love the detail on it. It reminds me both of like a mixture between sea dragons, obviously two-headed, and plesiosaurs. Oh, that was really well detailed too. I like it. Sure, CGI might not be for everyone, but I feel it adds to the scene. It adds to the monster itself. It makes it more terrifying. And if we're speaking terrifying, if we got to bring anything up, the skull sheep, those monsters, I'll have nightmares about them because the way they emerged from the shadows, the red eyes, indicative of monsters, and the way they just displayed their speed and their strength. If it wasn't for the Goliath scarf, Belle would not have an arm. It would have been bitten through. It would have been ripped off. No doubt about it. Belle would be dead. Even with Ryu's help, her words of advice, he barely overcame one of them. And we saw three of them. I don't know if they'll stick around, if they're going to wait for the room to repair itself. But what other monsters exist on the 37th floor in this section of the deep floors, the White Palace? The whole scene about Belle starting to embrace the despair, to succumb to the fear, to the terror of this unknown territory, the monsters pursuing them, how out of league he is. Seeing his voice actor put so much passion, so much effort into his firebolts, into his screams. I can never praise Matsuoka enough. This man's an absolute boss. I believe he's my favorite voice actor of all time. No doubt about it. Plus, he does voice so many characters. But he does great work. I can't ever get enough of him. And it's always why I'm so excited for more DanMachi, not just for the series itself or the characters, but because I know I'll be able to hear more of his fantastic work. But damn, just I like that they both had to play the voice of reason to each other. They had to convince each other. They had to help out in their own ways and avoid taking more logical routes or giving into that despair. No, it was those pep talks. It was those applying different logic to it that makes it more justifiable to accept their situation, to overcome it. And I like the whole, in order to be a true adventurer, you need to be able to rest in like 5 minutes, to be able to get up when you need it, to give yourself as much time as possible in such a short amount of time to recover your both mind and body. And they're going to switch off. They're going to stake lookouts. It's so good for spending time with Ryu, because she's honestly been one of my favorite, most intriguing characters of the entire series. I've liked her since season 1, and then as we've gotten to know her more, that's only increased. And I dare say she was probably going to end up best girl for me, because while I do love Haruhime and Wiene and Eyes, something just hits different about Ryu, man. Both her design and her voice actress, all on point. But Mikoto is currently underwater, being bitten and suffering a head injury and attempting to not drown. And Spine is giving him no time to rest. The despair is ever present. The banquet of tragedy is not easily overcome. And with Haruhime presumably sacrificing herself to save Lily and Cassandra, how is this situation going to turn around? We also know Tsubaki, Anya, Chloe, and Luna are at least headed down. They're headed to the 25th floor. I don't know if they'll be able to interact fully, if they'll be able to join the fray, because we know their escape route was cut off. That whole tree cage thing came down. But something tells me we're going to need some extra hands. And I cannot wait to see what Oka and Aisha, while absolute pissed off, are going to do to Amphispina. I mean, a lot of the footholds have been put away, and it's starting to strategize more, I guess I would say. Oh, I love this show. So glad it's back. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below on my reaction, the commentary, the episode itself. While you're down there, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload next. If you want the full version, head over to my Patreon. And among that, I do have other links down below. Support me on all those platforms. It'd be very much appreciated. Either way, it's time to go into the next episode, or I hope so. But this has been AlduicS. Thank you all so much for joining me. Peace.